What's good with y'all, man? Happy Thursday. Hopefully you guys are having a good week. Hopefully you're having a good Thursday. Now, my oh my. So, this article explains why Henry Cavill left The Witcher. Apparently this came out 6 days ago. And this is by Collider. So let's see the reason why Cavill left The Witcher. So it says The Witcher showrunner finally breaks silence on Henry Cavill's departure. The Witcher creator has finally spoken out on Henry Cavill's shocking departure from the fantasy series 3 years after he left. Fans were stunned ahead of The Witcher Season 3 premiere when it was announced that it would be the final season of Cavill playing the character. He has since been replaced by Liam Hemsworth, who certainly has big shoes to fill when he makes his debut as Geralt of Rivia next month. Rumors have circulated for years about the nature of Cavill's exit, but now someone involved with the situation has finally opened up about what really happened. The Witcher showrunner Lauren Hisrich, probably said that all wrong, recently sat down for an interview where she was asked if she could say anything about Cavill's exit. She obliged. He had plans for other roles that he really wanted to commit himself to. This seemingly confirms the rumors that Cavill left The Witcher when he believed he would return to playing Superman in the DCEU. He returned to the character in the Black Adam post-credit scene before being replaced by David Cornsway in the new DCU under James Gunn. Hisrich continued, and for us, you don't want to hold someone and force them to be doing something that they don't want to do. I think that's why it felt like a really symbiotic decision. It's good to hear that there are no harsh feelings over Henry Cavill leaving The Witcher, but this only further fuels the rumors that Cavill's departure was due to creative differences. If he was unhappy with the direction of the show was heading, keeping him on board for another season certainly wouldn't have been the right call. Netflix recently announced The Witcher Season 4 premiere on October 30th. The streamer confirmed long ago that Season 4 and 5 would be the last two seasons of The Witcher, which wasn't exactly upsetting to the fans. While The Witcher Season 1 was widely loved, things have gone downhill in the years since the second and third seasons. The most recent season received an abysmal low 19% on the audience-driven popcorn meter on Rotten Tomatoes. But nobody takes Rotten Tomatoes serious, though. Now that the series has also lost Henry Cavill, who was one of the brightest spots of the show, it will certainly have an even more challenging time winning back fans to its side. That is the article. So, you mean to tell me Henry left The Witcher because of Superman? And you have all these people out here saying that Cavill doesn't love Superman. He doesn't even want to get back to the role. All these little trolls online saying these dumb remarks. So Henry Cavill gave up The Witcher to come back to be Superman. This makes me even more mad. It just makes me even more mad. And it just makes me not want to support DC, especially with all the BS going on already. So, the showrunner confirms that Henry Cavill left because he wanted to do other roles, and we know that role was Superman. That's how much he loved that character. And you have all these people coming out here saying that, you know, the time has passed, Zach doesn't want to do it no more, Henry doesn't want to do it. BS, man.
The new U.S. Bank Smart...
My bad, ad. But BS, man, you have all these people who said that they would come back and do it because they like Zack Snyder that much. And then you have all these people saying, well, Ben Affleck would be too old. Michael Keaton came back, and Michael Keaton is how old? Straight BS, man. Straight BS. I ain't gonna lie. This kind of made me upset, man, because I don't understand. Henry has gotten the worst of things in Hollywood. And he's a cool dude. Watching his interviews, he seems like he's a very cool and understanding, you know, and down-to-earth person. And so he left the Witcher role. And maybe there were creative differences. Maybe that was one of the reasons that he did leave. But he also left because, well, he wanted to continue to do Superman. And if he had to pick between Witcher and Superman, he chose Superman because he loved that role that much. And we saw him in the end credits of Black Adam. By the way, Black Adam was a great movie. I thought Black Adam was a decent, great movie. I don't understand the hate that movie gets, if I'm being honest. You know, Warner Bros. Wanted that movie to make $1 billion, but Black Adam isn't a well-known character. So, and it made profit. It might be a small profit, but it still made profit. If Warner Bros. Just stayed in their own damn lane and let people do what they do, build a universe, they will be standing on top of everything right now. But instead, we got a weak Superman that made $615 million at the box office, been on multiple sales on VOD, just so they can sell it, because nobody cares about this universe. It's ass. And I'll say this, I think David is actually a decent Superman. Is he on Cavill's level? I don't think so. Cavill is my Superman. But I feel like if David had a different director and a different script, he could actually portray Superman much better than what we saw in James Gunn's Superman. And then you got James Gunn coming out and saying that Peacemaker Season 2 that's his best work that he loves the most. So he doesn't care about Superman. He doesn't care about Supergirl. You don't hear him talking about Supergirl anywhere. His best work is Peacemaker Season 2. Not even Superman. I wonder why. DC is a joke, man. It's a joke. And I'm done with it. I'm done. I told y'all I was debating if I wanted to see Lobo in the movie theater. Or not Lobo, but Supergirl because of Lobo and Jason Momoa. But I don't think I'm giving DC any more of my money, man. Not after all the BS going on with DC, man. It's just too much. And then that article we covered yesterday with the R word. Like, come on. This is what DC is becoming. And now we get confirmation that Henry left the Witcher role so he could come back to be Superman. Yeah, I'm done with DC, bro. Nope, I'm done. That's my final straw. I am now with the hashtag Wallace Close movement. You know, I'm with them because at this point it's just BS. Like, and after I saw Superman, I was like, I gave Superman a chance. I was down with giving James Gunn a chance. But them chances are now done with me, man. I'm so over DC right now. Hopefully it gets sold. I would love for DC to go to Universal. Not even gonna lie, because Christopher Nolan is over there, and I think Zack and Christopher Nolan together would do a great job. But if Netflix got it, I don't care who gets it. As long as they give Zack the free reign to do what he needs to do to finish his universe, I'm all for it. And also, we can't forget David Ayer. I want to see David Ayer's real cut of the Suicide Squad, because over the years we've seen different things pop up that he had a completely different movie, and even the Joker was different. So I'm over DC. Hopefully you get sold. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. I will catch you guys in the next, man. 100,000 subscribers, subscribe time. Let's get